Hello everyone, I am Fadlian Leonadin. This time I will do a short reaction to a video from TEDx talk titled Self-Worth Theory, the key to understanding and overcoming procrastination. So, after watching this talk, a few things really stuck with me. The first one is why people procrastinate even when they actually care about the task. It turns out it's not laziness, it's not stupidity, it's self protection. When a task matters, the risk of failing feels heavier, so delaying becomes a shield. If the result isn't great, we can say, well, of course, I only had 2 hours. It sounds logical, but underneath it, we're avoiding fear. Then the speaker brings in self-worth theory. The idea is simple, but it hits hard. Many of us secretly treat performance equals to ability equals to self-worth. If the work turns out bad, we feel like we are bad. If the grade drops, our sense of value drops. When that's the equation, no wonder we avoid starting. The stakes don't feel academic anymore, they feel personal. The part about perfectionism and fear of failure explains the tension even more. We want to succeed, but we are also terrified of not meeting our own standards. Those two forces push against each other. And that's when we get stuck. We can't relax, but we also can't work until that one moment of panic hits. If I don't start now, I won't finish, and only then to remove. Now, the strategies to overcome procrastination make sense. First, build awareness. Notice when fear is steering the wheel. Second, shift the focus back to your approach motives, the reasons you actually want to do the task. Third, make the task smaller so your brain stops seeing it as a threat. And maybe most important, challenge the belief that performance defines your worth. Our abilities grow and our value as people isn't measured by grades or input or output. If you ask why procrastination is so common among university students, especially in Indonesia, the reasons are familiar: high academic pressure, family expectations, competition for limited scholarships, and a campus culture where last minute work is basically a tradition. Think about the night before UAS crowds, group projects that starts moving at 10 p.m. or students juggling part-time jobs while pushing assignments to the final hours. I actually agree with the speaker when he says procrastination isn't a weakness but a form of self-protection. It makes sense emotionally, but of course it backfires. That's why understanding the motivation behind it is so useful. If we look at how Indonesian students talk about procrastination, it's usually through jokes. Memes, late night stories, laughing at our own stress. It's funny, but it also shows that we normalize a habit that actually drains us. If I had to change one thing about my study habits to reduce procrastination, I'd make the starting point ridiculously small. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, just enough to break the mental resistance. Once I start, momentum usually takes over. And the talk ends with a line from Nelson Mandela: may your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. For me as a learner, that means acting because I want to grow, not because I'm trying to avoid failure. Learning becomes lighter when the motivation comes from hope instead of panic. That's all my reaction to the video. See you on the next time.